Hi everyone, I come back and today I'll make a short video about our lesson, so let's start. Many years ago, I was in Japan New Year's Day and I was climbing a mountain. The mountain was in northern Japan and it was snowing. In fact, I was climbing the mountain during a very intense snowstorm. The snow was up to my waist during some parts of my climb, so it was very difficult moving through the snow up the path to the top of the mountain. It was hard work climbing a mountain in the snow, and my body was sweating. Little by little, step by step, I went higher and higher until, finally, after maybe an hour and a half, I reached the top of the mountain. It was still snowing, and I looked down over the landscape, over the countryside. I could see far into the distance the snow-covered landscape. I sat down and thought about my life. Specifically, I thought about my career as an English teacher. I thought about all of the problems I saw in English teaching, in English education. Of course, the worst problem was that most students never learned to speak English fluently and clearly like a native speaker. This bothered me, and then I got a vision. There at the top of the mountain with the snow coming down, a vision of a new way of learning, a vision of English students smiling and laughing and enjoying English class, a vision of English students really learning to speak English well, not just memorize grammar and vocabulary lists. And I decided there on that mountaintop that this vision was my new dream, was my new big goal for my career, my purpose, and my mission. I didn't know how I could do this, but decided that eventually I would. After that, for several years, I researched about different teaching methods. I read books, I read articles, I went back to school and got a master's degree. Whenever I met someone, especially an adult, who spoke English very well, I always interviewed them. I asked them about their study methods. How did they learn and how did they get that success? After doing all of this research, all of this searching, I then decided on some new goals, some small goals to help me achieve my dream. I realized that, first, I needed to try all these new ideas and new methods with real students. So, I got a new job where I had more freedom to teach, and then in my new job, in each class, I tried these new and interesting methods I was learning about and thinking about. Sometimes those methods were successful and sometimes they were not. But little by little, I found more and more powerful methods, and little by little, my students got better results. That's all.